Hey everyone, it's Amanda, and today I'm doing a very popular makeup trend, the cold girl makeup look, or the I'm cold makeup look, whatever you want to call it. Pretty much the whole point of this trend is like super blushy cheeks, glittery, sparkly, looks like snow has fallen on your eyelids. A lot of my everyday makeup looks kind of look like this already, so when I saw this was trending, I was like, okay, this is made for me. I was raised in Alberta, lots of snow, cold all the time, so I know the look. I'm so happy with the way this turned out. I'm definitely gonna be wearing this look more in the winter months. This look would look good on anyone. Healthy blushy cheeks, who does not like this kind of look? But anyways, before we get into the tutorial, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and also hit the bell notification so you get notified every time I post a video. But yeah, let's get into the makeup look. Okay, so getting right into it, I wanna talk skincare really quickly because I feel like skincare for this kind of look is really important. Plus, winter skincare, for me at least, is really different than summer skincare. Even though it's not super cold where I live and it's not super dry either, my skin does change a lot and it does tend to get more dry and flaky. So I've recently discovered a new skincare brand, and that is Paula's Choice. And let me tell you, if you haven't tried Paula's Choice, you need to, you are missing out. So yeah, the water electrolyte infusing cream has been so good. My skin just like looks dewy and moisturized and so hydrated. I also like using the, I believe it's Dr. Zoe Skin Health. I'm just gonna link these down below. I don't have it all in front of me, but the Dr. Zoe hydrating cream is incredible. Another one I like to use if I'm super dry is the Weleda Skin Food. So if you need some new winter skincare, any of those three are so good. I've been loving all of them. But anyways, let's dive into the makeup. I'm really going for like a winter glow kind of look. So I'm gonna be reaching for glowy products today. I've been using this combination all the time and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So I like to mix the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I'm using the shade 1, and I like to mix that with my NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer in the shade Terre Neuve. And these two together are like a match made in heaven. I love them so much. So what I do is I take some of the Hollywood Flawless Filter and I mainly just apply it like on my cheeks. And sometimes I like to apply a little bit on my forehead, just a tiny bit. And then just using my fingers, I squeeze a little bit of the tinted moisturizer out and I just start applying it with my fingers, really not too much. And then I go in with a damp beauty blender. And then just taking my beauty blender, I am really pressing that into the skin. Look at how pretty that looks. Do you see that glow with just this first layer? I think it looks so pretty, and it really doesn't look like you're wearing makeup at all. But yeah, this just looks like skin. It's so pretty. I've been obsessed with this combination. I've been wearing this skin combination like every day for the past few weeks now, and it's just so good. Ugh, I love it. And it's pretty hydrating, honestly, and it wears really beautifully throughout the day. This is the kind of base that you can wear all day and you don't have to worry about it like creasing or gathering in your lines, because it's just this really light layer. It gives me like a pretty even skin tone without feeling like a mask on my face, and it never settles into my fine lines either. Next, I'm going in with the Kosas Revealer Concealer. This is one of my favorites. I've loved this concealer for a really long time. I'm using the shade 0.5 and I'm just taking a really small amount, applying a little bit under the eye, kind of using the lifted concealer technique. A little around my nose, on my chin, and then on any blemishes I have as well. I also like to put a little in between my brows just to kind of brighten this area a little bit. And then again, taking my beauty blender and just blending that out. But I just love this concealer, especially for a natural look and for how dewy and fresh it is. It just wears for so long, so nicely. So I think that's looking pretty good. I have a few little areas that I want a little extra coverage. So I'm going to go in with the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Concealer in the shade Cotton and just apply the tiniest amount of this to any blemishes and also a little bit to my eyelids to prep them for eyeshadow. And we're just gonna blend that concealer out with my beauty blender. This stuff is super full coverage, so you really need the tiniest bit. So far, super happy with the base. This is my go-to winter base. Gives you that nice winter glow, but it really doesn't look like you're wearing makeup in person, which I really love. Moving on to contour. I've been trying a bit of a new technique with contour lately, and I think I really like it. I'm using my favorite contour stick of all time. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick in the shade Light Medium. I always stumble a little bit with this name. It feels like a tongue twister. So what I've been doing is drawing a really thin line like this. Right underneath my cheekbone, and then dragging it down like that. Just trust the process. All right, and then I like to go in on my forehead a little bit. I'm going in with my Rephr 04 brush, and I'm just bouncing that right on top of that contour. I might switch to my beauty blender, but we'll see. I just really don't want any harsh lines. I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender. This is blending way quicker this way. I normally use the brush and just kind of tap it out, but I'm in a bit of a rush today, and this is just easier. I'm just gonna take a little bit of what's left on my brush and just sweep it across my nose, just a tiny bit as well, just kind of tie it all together. So this is a pretty subtle contour technique in my opinion. I like it for this look because I'm kind of going for a natural glow kind of look, so I'm gonna keep it kind of minimal. I love the way it defines my cheekbones. It kind of gives more of a model cheekbones vibe than like a contour, if that makes sense. Okay, so for blush, I'm actually really torn between two colors. I know I'm going to use the Say Dewy blushes. I just don't know which one. I think the natural tone of my skin when I blush is a little more pinky than red. So I think I'm gonna go with the shade Chili. The name seems to fit the theme, so let's go for it. I'm just gonna do like the tiniest dot of this because these are quite pigmented. Then a little on my nose. I'm just gonna start blending that out with a small flat brush. And I'm gonna place it on the apples of my cheeks. I can already tell I'm gonna go in a little heavier with blush. I'm probably gonna add a little bit more just because this is one of those steps that just really gives you that I'm cold kind of look. Your cheeks naturally flush when you're cold. And so I'm really gonna amp up the blush, I think. You can never have too much blush anyways, but especially for a look like this, I think a heavy blush is the way to go. I'm gonna apply a little more just on the apples of my cheeks. And what I like about these blushes is that they're dewy, but they're not like metallic or shimmery. They just give a really pretty, naturally glowy look to the skin, and they blend out so nicely. I just love these blushes. I've been wearing them super often. So before moving on, I think I just want to set under my eyes really quickly with some setting powder. This is my go-to, the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I'm just going to take a little bit of that on a powder puff and just press it into my under eyes. To set the rest of my face, I'm just going to use a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder, and I'm just going to press that into the skin anywhere I just don't want looking too shiny. I'm going to jump off camera for 1 second. I'm just going to fill in my brows a little bit. For my brows, I'm going to use this Brow Code Imitations brow pencil in the shade Deep Dark Brunette. I've been loving these brow pencils. They're so good, so easy to use. All right, so brows are done. I mainly just focused on the tail just to extend them out a little bit, and then I kind of filled in any sparse areas throughout ever so slightly. But yeah, I wanted to keep the brows looking just pretty natural, nothing too crazy. Now I'm gonna move on to eyes, and I'm so excited about this palette that I'm about to show you. I've been using it all the time. Like, I am officially obsessed. This is the Jaclyn Hill Luxe Legacy Eyeshadow Palette, and these colors are just so pretty. I use these neutral brown shades all the time, and then I also use these 3 dark shades on the bottom corner here. I use these as liners all the time and they work so good. Usually I would go in with a warm brown in my crease, but I think because we're going for like a chilly, cool vibe, I'm gonna go in with the shade So Ucky, which is just a little bit more like neutral. It's kind of like a taupey brown almost. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that color on a fluffy brush and just start dragging it through my crease very softly. I'm not really extending this out too far. I'm just following the natural shape of my crease. These shadows blend so good. Oh my goodness. The mattes are just so buttery and all the shades are beautiful. Honestly, I would use every single one of these shades. These build so nicely. They're never patchy. I'm just really obsessed. Eyeshadow palettes are hard to impress me too. I'm going to take that same shade and just run it underneath my eyes as well, just on my lower lash line. For the rest of the eye look, I think I'm just going to layer some glitters on my lid just to give me that like frosted, snowy kind of look. I'm going to take a little bit of the shade Meat and Potatoes and just tap that right in the center of my lid, just super light layer of this, just for kind of a base layer. I'm also just gonna take this shimmer shade and kind of blend it a little bit up towards my brow, just for a more diffused effect. Now I'm gonna go ahead and intensify that glitter even more using a product that I've never tried before. This is the Master Crystal Reflector by Makeup by Mario, and I just had to buy this for this tutorial. I've been seeing this eyeshadow or highlighter, whatever you wanna call it, online, and it just was really drawing me in. I felt like it was necessary for this look, so let's test it out. So using my finger, I dipped into that shadow, and I'm just gonna start by pressing that all over the lid. So once I've done that, I'm going to just take a clean blending brush and just kind of diffuse the glitter a little bit and also brush away any fallout because some glitters did fall down underneath my eye a little bit. I think this is pretty, but it's not really giving me that wow factor like I thought it would. I think this would be really pretty with flash photography, but I'm not gonna lie, the texture was really different than I imagined it. I kind of thought it would be like a little bit balmy or like gel-like, but it's not. It's kind of just like a shadow, but it is pretty. I just feel like I have something else in my collection, maybe a couple things in my collection that do something similar. So yeah, I'm not blown away, but it does look really pretty. I feel like next time I use this, maybe I'll apply a little bit more of like a grippy base and see if that makes a difference. I might apply a little bit more intense if I do that. I'm gonna try applying this in the inner corner, not layered on top of any other shadows, and see what that looks like. Okay, so that's what the eyes are looking like. The glitter is really pretty. It's definitely giving me the kind of sparkly, snowy look. There is fallout, but for this look, I really don't mind because it's kind of like a snowy, sparkly vibe anyways, so it kind of goes with the theme. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to play around with that shadow a little bit more. I had high expectations, so I'm gonna play around a little bit, see what I can do, but yeah, I just feel like it's pretty, but it's not like what I was expecting. I am gonna go in with a little bit of liner. I'm going to use my all-time favorite Brush Brown 24-hour liner from MAC. This is my favorite brown liquid liner ever. It's just amazing. Nothing can beat it. It's the easiest eyeliner to apply, and the color is so perfect. I'm just obsessed. So I'm gonna do a little tiny baby wing using this liner. All right, so that is what that liner looks like. I'm gonna do my other eye off camera because I don't have a place to rest my arm, and it's really hard to do liner when you don't have an armrest. So, be right back. All right, that's the liner. I ended up thickening it up just a little bit because I felt like the eyes needed a little something more since the lids are so minimal. So yeah, this is what we've got. I'm actually gonna line my waterline with a brightening shade. I'm going to use the Swede Bright Satin Kohl Liner. This is my favorite liner for lining the waterline. This really helps your eyes look more big and more bright. Moving on to mascara, I'm using my favorite mascara at the moment. This is the Tower 28 Make Waves Mascara. This is just so good. I love the curved brush. I feel like it curls my lashes so nice. It's so voluminous, but also lengthening and does not clump. It's just everything I want in a mascara, honestly. I've grown to love it so, so much. I'm going to be applying a generous coat of this to my top lids and also a more minimal coat to my bottom outer corners. All right, so that's the eyes all finished. I actually quite like this look so far. I feel like this is a good everyday kind of look for the winter time. I think it's really pretty. It's subtle, but it's also not subtle with the glitter and all that stuff. Moving on to lips. I'm going to be lining my lips with the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Wherever Walnut. This has been my go-to lip liner lately. I really just love this for every day. I do like to overline my lips, so I'm focusing overlining in the Cupid's bow in the center of my bottom lip. How beautiful is this lip liner? It's just the perfect soft neutral pink for every day. It kind of matches the tone of my lips a little bit. I find those kind of lip liners on me are just the most flattering. For lips, I'm gonna take a little bit of that Say blush I used on my cheeks and just blot it on my lips. I'm gonna try and focus it mostly on the center and blend outwards. Okay, I feel like that's really pretty, but I want a little something more. I'm gonna take a little bit of my MAC C Sheer lipstick and just press that like right in the innermost part of my lip. Kind of makes it look like, it's kind of like that popsicle lip vibe. It just makes a really pretty gradient. So to finish off the lips, I was a little torn. I didn't know which one I wanted to use. I was gonna use this one by Hourglass, which is really beautiful. This is in the shade Halo, and it's just like a really pretty glittery lip gloss. But I think I'm gonna use this Fenty Beauty lip gloss I got a while ago. This is from one of their holiday collections. This is in the shade Confetti. So this gloss actually has some blue and like purple glitters in it. I just thought it would tie the lip together, give it a little bit of that shimmery, sparkly look, but also a little bit cold because the blue, purple, and it kind of matches my sweater a little bit. I feel like for this look, super glossy, glassy lips are the way to go. Look how pretty this gloss is. So beautiful. I love this lip combo. Oh my gosh, my lips look so juicy and they look like glass. This lip gloss is just so beautiful, and it's got those reflex in it that are a little bit more cool toned, so I really feel like it is perfect for this kind of look. To finish off the look, I'm going to apply a little bit of highlighter. I'm going in with the M Cosmetics Moonbeam highlighter in the shade Aura. I'm just gonna slightly press that on the tops of my cheekbone and blend it in with my finger. I find these are perfect for that kind of natural but frosted skin finish. They blend right into the skin, and the glitter in them is so fine, not chunky at all, looks natural, but still like kind of blinding, you know? All right, and that's it for this I'm Cold makeup look. I love this look. I'm definitely gonna be wearing it a lot this winter. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys going to try and recreate this look and try the I'm Cold makeup trend? I hope you liked this tutorial. If you did, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any future videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.